everyone, welcome back to the Pack Bros YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and today we're doing a little bit of a different kind of video. It's a news video because the 2023 NHL Draft Lottery just happened. And wouldn't you guess it, the Chicago Blackhawks get the #1 pick in the 2023 draft, followed by Anaheim, Columbus, San Jose Sharks, and Montreal Canadiens. Those are our top 5, and of course, everybody expects the Chicago Blackhawks to choose what many people consider to be the next generational talent, Connor Bedard. This guy is being hyped up to be the next great thing, the next generational talent, the next legend of the NHL. People think it's going to be the next Mario Lemieux, the next Wayne Gretzky, the next Sidney Crosby, the next Connor McDavid, all that wrapped in one, and he's even considered to be the next coming of Jesus Christ. Now, what I wanted to do was have a little bit of a comparison to all these generational talents that he's being compared to. How good is Connor Bedard actually compared to these people that he's being compared to? How good is he going to be? Connor Bedard, right off the bat, we're going to go with, we're going to average this out to points per games, all right? So 15 games played, 28 points in the 2020 season. That's about a 1.8 point per game average. 62 games played in the next season, 100 points. That's about 1.6. And then 57 games played, 143 freaking points, absolute beast, averaging 2.5 points for the 2022-23 season. That is a total average of 2 points per game. What a beast. Moving on to Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux played in the queue in 81-84. Mario Lemieux with 64 games played at the start, 96 points for that season. That's a 1.5, about a point per game average there. In the next season, 66 games played, 66 for 66. Mario Lemieux, what a guy. 184 freaking points. This guy averaged 2.7 points per game, and it gets even crazier for the Super Mario. His next season, 83-84, 70 games played, 282 points. That is absolutely absurd, with an average of 4 points per game for his last season in the queue. That is a total average of 2.7 points, 0.7 points higher than Bedard. Let's go a little bit farther back, all right? We're going to go to Wayne Gretzky. We're going to look at his seasons here. We're going to exclude his 76-77 season because there's only 3 games played. So we're going to look at 1, 2, and 3. 28 games played in 75-76 for 60 points total. That means that's 2.1 points per game for that season. 32 games played the next season, 72 points total. That is 2.2 points per game. And then an absolutely beast of a season, 63 games played in 77-78 for the Sioux Greyhounds in the OHA, for 182 points. That means Gretzky averaged 2.9 points there for a total average across all those seasons of 2.4. That's 0.4 higher than Bedard. Let's go to someone a little more current here. We're going to look at Sidney Crosby. 2 seasons in the queue, 59 games played in his first one for 135 points. Crosby putting up 2.3 points per game there. And then in the next one, 62 games played, 168 points for a solid 2.5 points per game there, averaging about the same as Gretzky with 2.4 points per game total. Now, we're going to come a little bit more current. We're going to look at Connor McDavid. 2012-23 in the OHL, 63 games played, 66 points. McDavid averaging 1 point per game. And then moving on to his next season there with 56 games played, 99 points. McDavid averaging 1.8 in that season. And the last season going for a berserk 47 games played for 120 points. McDavid averaging 2.5 there for a total of 1.8. He's the worst so far out of all the people we've looked at, including Bedard. We're going to go one further. We're going to look at what people consider to be another generational talent, somebody that I'm actually pissed about, Alexis Lafreniere. Why am I pissed about this? Because me and Rob, my brother, who also runs this channel, bought an entire case of hobby boxes looking for this guy's rookie card. And guess what? It did not work out in the NHL for this guy. But we're going to look at him in the queue. 17-18, 60 games played, 80 points. Lafreniere averaging 1.3. 61 games played the next season for 105 points, 1.7 points per game. And then in his last one, 52 games played, 112 points, averaging 2.1. That is a total average of 1.7, very similar to McDavid, but here is why I get concerned. Just because you do so well in the league prior to coming into the NHL does not necessarily mean that it's going to translate well. Let's look here. 56 games played in his rookie season, 2020-21, freaking 21 points. It just doesn't translate for Lafreniere for some reason. Also, I find it really interesting. He plays for the New York Rangers. I thought he played for the Flop City Flamingos. That's my mistake. Now, let's go to another extreme example here. This freaking guy. All right, check this out. In the queue, this dude had 66 games played, 110 points. Fantastic. 1.7 points per game. 53 games played next season, 137 points for 2.6 points per game. And then he had another one. 18 games played, 34 points for 1.8. That's a total average of 2 points per game. That is exactly the same points per game average in total as Bedard. And then just take a look at what he did here with Ottawa Senators. Number one pick. He's considered to be one of the biggest flops out of any number one pick in the NHL. Just absolutely fell off of the Grand Canyon. It is absurd. What I wanted to point out here was just because you do well prior to coming into the NHL doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the generational talent that everybody thinks you will be. Now, do I personally believe Connor Bedard will be great? I actually think he will be. I don't think he's going to flop as hard as this freaking guy or as Lafreniere. I think he's going to do just fine. How well is he going to do? Is he going to be a generational talent, a legend? That's yet to be decided. One more thing I wanted to mention, because this is a card channel, is because Connor Bedard is going to the Chicago Blackhawks, what is one thing Chicago has above all other teams when it comes to trading cards? The patches. They are absolutely beautiful patches. I mean, can you imagine seeing Connor Bedard with an RPA like this? The price of it is going to be through the goddamn roof, assuming he actually does well. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Connor Bedard is actually going to be the next generational talent? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.